What's good, YouTube? Man of Steel here, and welcome to expert battle number 2 of 5 for the Mega Shine expansion. In this video, we'll be taking down Mega Slowbro EX with a deck of only Fire-type Pokemon. Before we begin, I'd like to thank y'all for the support on my recent videos, and if you're new and find this video at all helpful, please consider subscribing. Now, back to taking down Mega Slowbro EX. As far as what it's trying to do, it's rather simple. It leads Fion as they ramp up the Slowpoke or Slowbro slowly in the background, eventually bringing it out in hopes of just like sweeping through your team, or sometimes it could technically get a double kill if it like knocks out your active and then rolls high on the and gets like a basic on the bench. It may or may not happen in the examples. Cards like Irida and Cape make their leads a little more resilient, while Leaf allows them to move Slowpoke out of their way. Like if they start with Slowpoke, they're able to get out of the way for the Fion and start building up like that. This deck is one of the weaker ones of the bunch, so when it comes to taking it down, I decided to be pretty straightforward and decided to use Entei Mega Charizard. We combat the linear game plan of the Slowbro list with one of our own. From their list alone, their goal is to eventually bring out Slowbro, and our job is to just be ready for when that moment happens. The idea is simple: lead Entei as it draws us through our deck while applying pressure to the front line. Between the Entei draws, Research, May, and Copycat, we have more than enough filtering and deck thinning to find everything we need. For the most part, the main goal is simply to have Charizard Y ready to go when Slowbro is out, but cards like Sabrina Cyrus allow for cards like Charizard X also to take over. Cards like Rocky Helmet really help in limiting the pressure from Fion and Tatsugiri, as every time they swing at us, they're taking 20 damage, getting more into the range of Entei to knock it out with just the 60. The one flex spot, although I do suggest keeping it as a heal, is Pokemon Center Lady or PCL, as it could easily be something like Ice Pop or Lily, but it could also be more tools such as another helmet to make sure you can consistently see it, or like a poncho so that the Slowbro flip doesn't knock out like a random Charmander in your bench. Long story short, build up Charizard Y and one-shot Slowbro, but be open and aware of like alternative lines to victory, as they do exist in this deck. With that, I wish y'all the best of luck with your attempts. If this helped you, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and above all else, stay pro. All right, we get to go second, which is generally I don't think it matters. It's about the same because of Charmeleon. We essentially always take advantage of, if anything, a little bit. Nah, it's the same as the same. Going second, we can't attack, but like going first, we can't either. But we're always attacking the follow-up, so we get to play a little bit differently. Going second is what it is. All right, the most important thing here is definitely finding Charmander, right? Hey, Charmander. Okay, there you go. They don't play Sabrina or anything. They play Cyrus, but there's no Sabrina, so actually might hold Entei in hand. They have no way of hitting this Charmander back here. Obviously, eventually with the Slowbro they do, but there's no not even Slowpoke, right? So yeah, let's go here, and pass. I love anytime I get to use Entei, bro. Big fan of it. Big fan of it. Easily, well, not easily. For me, it's personally is what I was looking for. Top 5 Pokemon. But also, I was just my first like game that I remember my dad taking me to the store to pick up was Pokemon Gold. So let's go May here. Trying to find Charmeleon. It's not guaranteed per se. Yep, unfortunate. Send you back and board. Tatsugiri still can't do anything. Slowpoke's not here. Let's go with the other char. Let's go you. Doesn't really matter at the moment, but the good thing is that this Tatsugiri, in this situation, they do have Irida, so never mind. The chances that it knocks itself out by running into the Rocky Helmet is very low. Or not, okay. I'm about to say that Tatsugiri can't come in and hit for 80. Well, 100 because of weakness, right? But here we are. Once again, we can't get the knockout because, well, yeah, we're not going for it. Let's research. We do have Copycat, but it'd be like downsizing our hand, and that's not optimal. Where is Charmeleon? So into here. Let's start setting up as if we find it. You know, maybe we find Charmeleon. We do get quite a bit of draws, right? We've already used both researches, but the PCL, okay. That PCL could realistically be anything from a Lily to a second May if you're feeling like you need to dig further. Sightseer I wouldn't recommend, but high key, we're in a position where we win anyways. They didn't see Slowpoke, and luckily we always do multiple examples, right? Because I don't think this is like a fair look at what the matchup is. Although it is this easy if you think about it. Because outside of what they just did, what do they do? Build up Mega Slowbro, which, yeah, they'll take out Entei in the front. We back it up with the Mega Charizard that swings for 250, and what? That game's over, right? Hopefully, and as always, not hopefully. We always do 2 examples, right? So that's not a problem. We're gonna... What I'm trying to say is, hopefully in the second example, they actually get to the Slowbro, and I can show you how this deck wins regardless. But, yeah, this is an example just of how easy it could be. If we really wanted to, we could have like backed out the Entei and try to find our line where we don't lose a Pokemon, because that's another task that's in none of my videos, the one of winning without giving away a point. But yeah, there's like infinite angles on how we win here. We could go Charizard, we could go Entei. We have double Flame Patch. We're gonna draw the other Charmeleon most likely. You know what, just for the sake of, because in most examples you're going to win with Y, let's just give X a little bit of love here. Raging Blaze. And honestly, it is that easy. But as always, we still do another example. And probably the only flexible spot I can see is the PCL. But with not much to say, let's just jump to example number 2. Alright, for example number 2, we're going second again. All I could ask for this time is that I hope they actually get to Slowbro. That's it. As you can see, our hand is already bonkers. Obviously, we need May to find us. No Slowpoke again. Granted, they could find it, right? We just need to find Charmander, and we're off to the races. There it is. Alright, this is going to be an example where we show you that no matter what, we just cook here. As far as, it's not guaranteed. They could show us Charmeleon and Entei, and then we're just in a weird spot, but I think it's better than Copycat, especially since we have everything else, right? So there's Charmander, double Charmander. I'm actually gonna keep only one of them, I think, because our win condition at the end of the day is just that Mega Charizard. Although, if we play it like this, it puts us in a position where next turn we could Copycat quite comfortably. This energy on Entei. I'm pretty confident that we'll find Y, is what I'm trying to say. We'll come back. Although they don't play Sabrina and stuff, there's like many reasons to just have kept the Y, but there's the Slowbro. They will charge it up. As Dex in here, grab the Entei, the last basic. No longer a need to hold Pokemon in the hand because May is gone. If you're playing 2 Mays, then you might want to hold the Entei for eventually using May again. Okay, we'll ramp up Entei in the front. We'll start charging Charmeleon in the back. And this Copycat is not good enough. Draw 2, there's PCL, there's Sabrina. Alright, let's attack for 60. We still have some time before this starts going up. And if you're wondering, are you regretting not picking Y right now? Maybe a little. Like not keeping the Y, I mean. We do get to draw a few more cards though before that becomes a true problem. Alright, so good news and bad news. Oof. There's actually a world where we should have played this a little differently, huh? I could have backed out the Entei double charge front. Because right now in this situation, we actually lose to like 3 heads, right? But it's just the play we have anyways. We just need to find Y. 5 cards left in deck. We find Charizard Y. Where's that? Where's that? And we get to draw 2 of them guaranteed. And we could Hail Mary the copycat. All we need is for them not to flip 3 heads off of the... There's Y. Okay. No 3 heads from Slowbro. And it's a wrap. I think for transparency reasons, I have to leave that in there. But, example number 3. Alright, so the rare example number 3. I feel the need to have, like, well, actually, no, I don't have to leave that part in. But I feel like I have to leave that in because a lot of comments end up coming up to, like, oh, this deck doesn't work, or this happened to me, or they did, like, you have to be aware of how unlikely that loss was, right? Like, the deck did everything it had to do, and we were literally just off tails out of 3. 1 50-50 away, actually no, 3 50-50s away from just surviving that turn, going into Zard Y and ending the game. But here we are. Let's really try to find Entei here. This is one of the opening like this with Charmander lead is why it's where second actually matters, right? There's the Entei. What's the world we go? Charmander, they swing for too much damage. Yeah, let's hide behind Entei real quick. We could even Flame Patch if we wanted to, but there's no need. Not yet, anyways. Them having Tatsugiri lead is good for us. Because the Slowbro is like, not too slow, but it's slower at getting built up, right? It's the Fion that applies pressure and it's charging up the Slowbro at the same time. That could become a problem. I got Charmander. Let's go Charmeleon. Energy here. Flame Patch to the front. There's really no better situation. Actually, PCL, the other way PCL matters is if your Charizard gets hit for 110. Both of them will go down to 110. The PCL puts you right back to 140 and out of range. Yes, Lily could do the same thing, but it's more so because you could also heal Entei early. That's why I decided to just keep PCL. But you could easily justify Lily, or you could easily justify more consistency pieces as well, right? Like mentioned earlier in the video. Alright, no Rocky Helmet. It could even be a second Rocky Helmet, because Rocky Helmet is really strong in this matchup. Alright. Going for the Fion, obviously charging up Slowbro. I think one thing that we learned is that we want Charmander to be a Charmeleon by the time that we actually have to attack here. Let's go May, and we're trying to find are we trying to find Charmeleon? I don't even know anymore. We're keeping Y though for sure. Let's keep Y. If we go by energy, we'll be at 2 energy. We could even go for the knockout, but then Tatsugiri goes for the knockout as well. We could also back out. Nah, Slowbro's not an issue just yet. But it is how we lost, bro. Alright, let's just do this. My bad. I've been playing a little bit of TCG Live, and you just click on them and they'll go the option. That's why you saw me just like sitting there like an idiot. We could technically already evolve this as well. If we were gonna copycat, that would make more sense. And they don't have their own copycat. Energy. Yes, we could knock out Fion. Let's go for that. You know what? Let's go for the knockout. If they go into Tatsugiri, we're able to get a knockout with Charmeleon, and then go into Y naturally. The downside is that we already used Flame Patch and we're down with 2 Charmeleons, but like here, they'll use 1 turn on Tatsugiri, we charge Charmeleon attack. They put a second on Slowbro. We could evolve charge. Yeah, this is decent. This is decent. We could have also Cyrus, gotten rid of Tatsugiri, and they would still been in range. But the point was to get Fiona out of the way. And there's the flame patch. Okay, perfectly perfect. Less so now. So how do we navigate this? Probably just Zard Y, right? I mean Zard X if we were able to find it. Ante PCL and stars don't do anything. Let's go research here. Okay. How do we? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Go right, because we can't go to enough, just enough energy. So let's go. We'll go X here. We could put Ante down. Yeah, okay. So it took me a little bit to like pinpoint the line I wanted, but thanks to the PC on hand, here they can't attack, right? So you're gonna charge pass. We swing for 100 and then we swing for 180 the following turn because we go right into the 110 mark. I also top deck Sabrina, then we just knock out the Fiona in the back, right? So it doesn't make too much of a difference. Again, they don't have Sabrina or anything to like change the way we have this set up anyways. But if we really wanted to, we could charge up any of these. Sure. You know what? For the other game, let's put it down. And funny enough, in practice, Charizard X barely came up, and however, it won both of our games. Granted, the first one, I had my pick of who I wanted to end the game. Yeah, even with Irida, they would, if they swing, they put us into that 110 or less mark, and we're swinging for 180. Oh, now they want to get Tails, bro. If they had just rolled this game in game 2, we wouldn't even have this game 3. But nonetheless. And there was a Sabrina anyways, but we get to swing for 180, which knocks out the Slowbro, which is game. So hopefully you see that in that example number 2, although we lost, how the deck is supposed to function, which is just sitting back on Entei, building up your board, and as soon as Slowbro comes out, you just go Y and end the game. But X could also get it done, so that's why we play the 1-1. But with that, thank y'all for watching. If this helped you in any way, shape, or form, please consider subscribing. And above all else, stay pro.